very warm welcome once again to all the viewers. And here we are for another episode of Print and Pack Perspective. We are live from the show floor of Bharat Print Expo. And today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. PP Jain. Hi, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So, the moment we heard about sir coming to the exhibition, we never wanted to miss this opportunity to have this conversation with sir. And sir is from Monotech system. He is the CMD for the organization. So, sir, my first question would be that Monotech has been a significant name in the industry. So, can you just walk me through your journey and the vision behind making this company?
Sure. Monotech started its journey in the year 1999 in Chennai with a small team of about 7 people. And over the years, we are now in 28th year of our journey, we have gone into a multinational organization with more than 600 people on board, around 17 offices across India. The theme with which Monotech started was, it's a digital transformation of pre-press industry. So that was the first product line we had. And as we went along, we kept on adding new products to bring the advantage of digital platforms in the printing industry to the country. So our first, the flagship product which we had, good success was a basis print CTP, or UV CTP, so to say, which really got good attention from the market as it was different than what the mainstream players were pitching in the market. But looking at the Indian context, it was really a good solution, and we met with good success, and we have been the highest selling distributor for basis print, for a number of years. Our second main product, which we brought to India was Konica Minolta digital production printers. Of course, Konica Minolta was new to the Indian market when we entered in the year 2007-8. In a period of 6 years, we could make Konica Minolta as number one, in terms of market share in production printing market in India. So that was quite a big achievement for us. And at the time, of course, we sold Konica Minolta production printing business back to Konica Minolta in the year 2015. And we decided to embark on a new journey of getting into manufacturing of the printers based on inkjet printing technology. We could see the trends, in the industry where the inkjet was really getting good ground. And, so we started first, with large format or wide format printing, addressing the signage markets. Today, of course, we have grown that and we address the industrial printing market. That's our first, manufacturing unit, with inkjet printing technology. The second manufacturing unit, what we have in Delhi, under the brand name Jet Ski, we started with providing a hybrid printing solution to the industry. The people who had the conventional printing equipment, we could integrate our inkjet printing system on their, conventional presses to make it digital. As we say, as I speak today, the Jet Ski has presence in more than 30 countries across the globe. And we have, the products like digital label presses, book on demand, inkjet high-speed presses. And of course, our hybrid printing solution still remains, a main force there. The third manufacturing vertical which we started, is in the digital print embellishment, and that's the new trend, in the industry where the industry from, 4-color wants to have some special effects on the print, where you can touch and feel the print. And we started this, concept in India in the year 2012-13 by bringing Scodex, Israeli company into the Indian market, for print embellishment. And this became a big success as far as photo market was concerned. And as we went along, it became popular in the commercial, printing market as well. So today we are providing our own solution, which is basically targeted to the globe, the industry around the globe. We have 3 models which, which are quite successful in India, and we have been able to position in, our the Pixel Glow embellishment presses in 5 countries, already. So our focus, right now is on inkjet print. The products based on inkjet printing technology. where like we have like good number of installations in India across the globe. And besides that, like today we also like a distribution business for us, where the mainstream product is Rico production printers. And as we already had a good position in the production printing market, we have been able to bring like the Rico production printers back into the Indian market, like with full force. We are distributors for Canon for the large format printers. And a new product line, like which Monotech has is the 3D printing, like, so we have a complete studio in Chennai, and we represent, like a number of companies from around the globe, giving the complete 3D printing solution to the industry. So that basically is the additive manufacturing, a little away from printing industry, but then that's the new domain where Monotech operates.
Great, sir. So, I mean, you've been in the industry for decades and you've closely witnessed the industry. So I would like to ask that how has the industry evolved from so long?
See, industry of course has grown, like, and the major transformation which has come in the industry is, like the digital transformation. As I mentioned, we started with the digital transformation of pre-press. And the second was the printing, like the digital transformation of printing. And then comes the post-press side of it, where giving special effect to the print, like which was done mechanically. Now, like we are able to do it, like digitalized, like, so we have platform for that. So we see a lot of, like things happening as far as the digital transformation of the industry, which covers, like the pre-press, of course, is completely digital. Printing is becoming, like more and more digital, and post-press also, like the digital is embracing. So that's the major trend, like which is happening in the industry.
So is there any innovative section that Monotech is contributing towards the industry? Any new innovation that you've come up with, something new which was never seen in the Indian market, especially?
See, inkjet is the future of the printing industry. Like that's what we strongly believe in. And Monotech has been the first company, or Monotech is the first company who has introduced, say, the digital label press, like for the first time in India, completely designed and manufactured, by Monotech. We have been the first, like in the country, like who are manufactured digital book printing press, like again, conceptualized, manufactured in India. Of course, we have overseas installations also. And then the digital embellishment press, again, we are the first company to come out with a product, like which, addresses the premiumization of the printing. So we have installations in India as well as for the global market. So in all these domains, say the Monotech is the only company, I want the first company to come out with these products, not only for the Indian market, but for the global markets.
So talking about a little bit about business. So see how Monotech has, been in this, has this sustained growth in this competitive market. So
printing industry is very dynamic. Things keep changing very fast, like as compared to any other industry for that matter. And we have been reinventing ourselves, like every 3 years, like in terms of, so we are constantly looking at new opportunities as well as trends in the industry. We study that very closely. Our core team study that very closely, and based on the market trends, like we are able to, sort of reposition ourselves, and that's how we could sustain growth over a period of 27 years, 28 years.
So my next question would be, sir, what is that sector or that market from the industry from where you get the most of your demand?
See, the digital printing, of course, is the segment which is dominant, as the market size itself is big. Where we are, one of the players with Rico production printers. So, in terms of, the dominant part of the revenue, yes, it comes from digital printing. But then, of course, there are other significant revenue streams like our, the inkjet label presses as well as book-on-demand presses, which also contribute significantly to our top line.
Okay. So, with all these experiences, sir, would you be able to tell us about any challenge that right now the industry is facing? And do we have any solution, or can we have in next 5-10 years to cater that challenge?
Yes, very good question. See, the major challenge which is facing the industry is the printing volumes are coming down. A lot of things which were being printed earlier is no longer getting printed. Digital media is becoming a big threat to the printing industry. A lot of things which used to be printed today one is able to do, without much cost and much more effectiveness, like on the digital media. So that's a big challenge, which the industry is facing, where the print volumes are not growing. But then the applications, where the print can go, and the innovations where the print can, penetrate further. So that is growing, and that's where the opportunity lies. So on one side, there is a big disruption, but on the other side, there are opportunities. Like industrial printing is one segment, which is really growing, where the conventional printing was being done, but the digital printing is now taking place. Packaging printing is a segment which is growing. The label printing is the segment which is growing. So see, it's a highly dynamic situation where there are major disruptions, but at the same time, there are big opportunities also. And, one has to position, oneself well and well in time.
Okay. So my next question would be, sir, how we see that sustainability has been enabled and integrated by mostly all the industries around the globe. And it's like a wave that have came. And what's your take on it? And is there any measures that you are taking to make the industry more sustainable?
Yes, of course, that's the key, the global concern for everyone. And say, in printing industry also, we see a lot of, the wastage happen. Generally, it's part of the process, a lot of wastage happens. And a lot of, the chemistry which is being used, which is not really the green or environmental friendly. Digital printing, in a way, gives a good solution to it, where the process itself enables much lesser wastage as compared to what happens in the conventional printing. And you are able to use much greener way of printing as compared to what can be done in the conventional printing. So we are also sort of promoting more of water-based, the ink solutions and the solutions, which results into much lower wastage as compared to what was there in the conventional printing, system. So to that extent, I would say, that's our contribution to, the environmental friendly.
All right, sir. So talking about the future outlook, do you think that will digital be able to dominate in the next 5-10 years, or there is some other next gen technology that is creating its space?
For sure, the digital is going to dominate. There's no doubt in my mind, because it really allows one to innovate much. The printing industry is nothing but innovation. And that's where, the digital is a platform where one can really innovate, and not only innovate, one can become much more cost effective, and the speed, which is the need of the hour, everyone needs, the job to be done yesterday. So that's where the digital comes into play, where, you're able to personalize it, you are able to deliver in time, quick turnarounds, you can have, sort of multiple versions of the same thing. So it really offers a big window of opportunity to the industry. And I'm pretty sure that, it will be a big force in the industry in the days ahead.
All right, sir. With this, we'll start with the rapid fire round, sir.
Sure.
So I'll just tell you what rapid fire round is. I'll ask you a few questions. We'll get 10 seconds to answer each question.
Sure.
So, printing industry in one word.
Innovation.
Biggest transformation you have witnessed.
Digital.
Offset or digital? Future leader.
Undoubtedly digital.
Biggest challenge today.
Profitability, sustained margins.
Leadership in one word.
Looking into future.
One advice for the young entrepreneurs.
Be agile and creative.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure having you today on this show.
Thank you.
And there's a lot to learn from him. And I would request you all to watch this episode once it's live. And with this, I'll take a bye.